Greetings everyone, and welcome to another uh, Forgotten Realms draft, and this time it is traditional best of three draft here. Alright, so I think the first pick is fairly easy, white here, very good 2-drop, a 3-2 stat line is of course a bit over the top, well not over the top, but definitely better than your average 2-drop, and the life drain ability is going to be good. The fact this enters tapped, well, sometimes it can be annoying, but it's a fairly low draw, very fairly small drawback in the end. So I'll take the white here. Other cards to consider would be, I guess, portable hole minimus containment. I'm not sure which I would first pick here. I don't like the first pick this though, maybe not this one either, but the pack is fairly weak here, so I'm happy the rare is worth picking here. Let's take this and move on. Okay, so Sphere of Annihilation would be an uncolored card, but the point is that this is one of the worst Wrath effects, so to say, in Limited. You can try to somehow, benefit from it by having expensive creatures yourself, but how about if an opponent has something like a Hill Giant Herdcourger? You might not even be able to exile it. So this is just too unreliable and too slow, and it doesn't do anything if you are ahead. That's a bunch of reasons to not pick it here, and I think the Magic Missiles is my choice here now. Might as well take the best color combination if they happen to be open, and well, white and red both. So this pack has a lot of cards I would still want to pick. Grim Bounty and the Chaos Channeler are, of course, the two best cards here. I think I'm going to take the Bounty here, but this is a very, very good creature. And then Hobgoblin Captain and Sampling Ghast, definitely fine picks, and I would be happy to pick either of them. And then Evolving Wilds is also something I would always want to have in my decks that have more than one color. But I take the Grim Bounty. I'm a bit sad to pass all this good stuff, but this might be a good sign that black and both black and red are open here. Would be a very good start for a deck with a high quality creature, a 2-drop even, which is important to have good 2-drops, and then a couple of decent removal spells as well. Okay, so black and red are open. Temple of the Dragon Queen is also a card. I mean, just like Evolving Wilds, you would want to have this kind of mana fixing available. It's not the pick here, though. The question is, am I taking something like a Zalto, which is like not amazing, but it's still pretty good. I think I'll take it. Valor Singer, Manticore, you see a pair of goblins. Of course, I could take a Price of Loyalty here. Now I think that's the other consideration. There are playable cards, and Feign Death I like it too. So the consideration is between Zalto and Price of Loyalty, I think. But I'll take the Zalto here. I'm not that big fan of the Steel and Sack deck. I would be able to get another Price of Loyalty, but I think the Hoardrober is the better choice here. So I'm taking that. It's a fantastic 2-drop in fact. Well, I don't know if it's fantastic, but it's a 2-drop you always want to have on turn 2, because that means opponent doesn't want to really race you because you get free treasures, and early in the game they are very, very valuable. So let's take this one. And okay, still I have not such high quality cards anymore, but I have black and red still being passed to me. The best card in the pack I think is the Eccentric Apprentice, and then the Charmed Sleep is okay too. But I will try to stay black and red, and I might take the Armory Veteran, although maybe the Boots of Speed could be considered. It's quite okay with Hoardrober, getting to give it some power pump effect would be nice. I have two 2-drops. The Armory Veteran is better in white and red, not so good in black and red, where you don't really expect to have too many equipment. And now, of course, I pick an equipment while saying so. And I'm going to pick an equipment from this pack too, the Dueling Rapier. It's actually a card I'd rather have than the Boots of Speed, so this could be easily cut. But Dueling Rapier I like to have in my red decks. And okay, it's a best of 3 draft. The Baleful Beholder might not go to my main deck, but it is fine. Enchantment hate card. Well, hate. Maybe not hate card, but enchantment removal for sideboard. So I'll take this, and I think I will start it with it in the sideboard currently, because I might be having enough playables for my colors anyway. Okay, Goblin Javeliner. The Brazen Dwarf just is not a card I'm that happy about in this color combination. I'd rather have the Horde Robbers if I want 2 mana 1/3s. Kick in the Door is not good though. So I think I'll take a Javeliner, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it. I'll put it for now to the sideboard too. So these are the cards I'm currently thinking about playing, although maybe the Boots of Speed is just not that great. Depends if I get more stuff like Horde Robber. Okay, well now I'm not getting anything here. I'll just take the uncommon. I'm not going to sideboard in the Great Axe. It's just not very good. Okay, that's 7 playables. And, well, no, there's still the Javeliner and Baleful Beholder, both which are, playable. So basically I have 9 cards I could be playing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I put this time I maybe do it so that I have here the cards I'm absolutely wanting to put to my deck, and here I have cards that I could put to my deck, but I'm not necessarily that excited about doing so. But of course, this is only 6 out of 23, assuming I play 17 lands, so I will definitely need more playables. But let's see what the Pack 2 gives me, and I think I'll take the deck of many things. There's a Deadly Dispute, there's a Death Priest of Miracle, another Price of Loyalty, although this is my first sacrifice outlet I see here. If I did pick the Price of Loyalties, both of them from the last deck, the pick would be a Deadly Dispute and it wouldn't be even close. But now that I didn't take them, I think I'll just take the deck of many things. If I have already 2 removal spells, if I find some more removal spells, I could be a bit of a controlling deck. And this is of course just a game-winning card when you get to, eliminate opponent's biggest threats and the game goes late and you get to do the stuff with this deck of many things and you will win eventually. Alright, here 2 cards. Well, I would play the Hexblade. I would not mind having it, but the Skullport Merchant and the Precipitous Drop are the options, and I think the Merchant is slightly better here. I also actually want to have some creatures now. I have only 3, and this is better in a let's say white-black deck that has a lot of venture, so that you can guarantee, well, not guarantee, but you have a better chance to get the -5/-5. But in a black-red deck, this usually is -2/-2 and venture, which is fine, but I do like the Skullport Merchant slightly more. Okay, there's another Skullport Merchant. There's also Swarming Goblins. I have one 5-drop though. Yeah, I think the Merchant is just too good to ignore. I'll take another one of those. And then there's a Ray of Enfeeblement. There's a Deadly Dispute. There's an Unexpected Windfall. And some nice blue cards, no one cares about them. Green and white are very drafted here, which I'm happy about because I don't draft them myself here. I think I'll take the Ray. It is main deckable, but it's an excellent sideboard card against white decks. If for some reason I decide to cut this from my main deck, but I think I'm gonna put it to the main deck for now. Alright, so the question is here between Lightfoot, Rogue, and Yuan-Ti. I do like the Yuan-Ti quite a bit. I might want to still have a 2-drop though. But this is... it's actually a tough one. I would want to have a 2-drop here. I have only these 2 here. Yuan-Ti is good, but yeah, I'll take the 2-drop now. It's also pretty decent at that. Alright, here. How many Deadly Disputes I'm passing? A lot, but I'm taking the Grim Wanderer. There's no question about it. Red is actually not that open here. I have only the 3 red cards still. I guess a blue-black was the color combination that would have been most open for me. But I have only 2 red cards I care about. Zalto and Magic Missile. And even the Zalto isn't that great. Well, I'm still not going to draft blue here at this point anymore. I'll just take check for traps, maybe for sideboard. I don't like it that much for main deck. And I guess I have seen some red cards, but I have had better black cards that I have picked over the red ones here. But yeah, something like a Dragon's Fire, that would be kind of cementing me to red. Okay, Sampling Ghast. Well, that is pretty easy choice here. It's pretty nice card. There's also a nice blue card. This could have been a very decent blue-black deck too. Okay, I get a Deadly Dispute now. I'll take it. I don't expect the Swarming Goblins to come back. Okay, so here I think the Hexblade is better than the Herald of Hadar or the very expensive removal spell, because I have actually a bunch of treasure generating now. So let's take the 2-drop that can also get me a card at some point. I like the Feign Death a lot better than the Devour Intellect, so let's take it. I'm almost mono black here. Okay, there's a 1-3 for 2 if I need it. And there's actually not such a bad sideboard card. Okay, still no red, but there are black options. There's also a white option, and given my treasure generating, I could splash for it. But do I want to? I could just take the Clattering Skeletons. I don't have actually any 4-mana creatures. I have a 4-mana spell, which is a Grim Bounty. That's my only thing that costs 4. I think I like my curve better if I take the 4-drop here. And maybe I'm not going to splash for this thing. I mean, I basically could even still make a move to black and white, but it is pack 3. There's not a lot of options to change colors here, I don't think. Maybe I'll get something like a Dragon's Fire, and then I'm happy about the red. Oh, maybe not. Okay, then. Alright. So, what is the pick here? I guess I'll take the Pit Trap for sideboard. It is a bit cheaper than the Eyes of the Beholder, and I have one Eyes of the Beholder already. I might play the Baleful Beholder in the main deck actually. I don't have that many expensive cards here. Let's see a few more picks here. But yeah, the Dueling Rapier, Magic Missile, and Zalto being my only red cards. I'm not sure I like it too much. But now I can take a Hoarding Ogre. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not a Steel and Sack deck. Although I do have a... Okay, let's see. Couple of Skullport Merchants and a Deadly Dispute. I actually forgot that I have the Merchant here. Yep, I'll take the Price of Loyalty, because I thought I only have the Deadly Dispute as a sacrifice outlet, but I actually do have also the Merchant here. So I think the Price of Loyalty is now the pick. I would like to have the Hoarding Ogre, but this with the double merchants, that is the pick here now. Okay, I will now also... I would like to take Temple of the Dragon Queen to get some little bit of mana fixing, but I want to have the good 2-drop here, so I'll take the Hobgoblin Captain here now. And here, Barbarian Class, Spear Dagger. Spear Dagger is like an okay sideboard card, but it's actually quite rare that you will sideboard it in. I'm just gonna be a bit greedy here and take 20 gems. Okay, there's a Red Dragon. Well, that's a 6-drop I'm happy to play. So let's take it. And then there's another Feign Death, but I have one that's enough. The Sellsword can also sometimes be a hasty first striker, so let's take it. Dungeon Crawler. I'm not that happy about that card. 1 mana 2/1. Do I need an early drop here? Cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't need an early drop. So I think I'll take the Herald here. I think that might be better for the deck. And here another Rapier, Devour Intellect, Eyes of the Beholder. I don't think I'm going to play 2 of these, or 2 of these, because I have one of them in the sideboard, one of these is in the main deck. So maybe the Devour Intellect is something I could sideboard in, although given that I have a check for traps, it is very unlikely. Okay, so this is actually 22. Sadly, I didn't 22 non-lands. Sadly, I did not get a the mana fixing lands. I passed a couple of them, but I just had better cards in those packs. So one of these cards, I don't think it's a 18 land deck. So I will put one of these cards from here to the deck. I don't usually like the check for traps, but I think that might be the card I'm most interested in having. Don't care about the Boots of Speed or the Goblin Javeliner. I guess if the opponent has a lot of enchantments, I can sideboard 2 of these guys in, although that would make the mana curve pretty heavy. I guess I could even cut a Red Dragon for it, but we'll see. Okay, Armory Veteran. Nah, I don't think that's the kind of card I want to have. It's just, well, I have a dueling rapier, but I'll take 20 gems now that it's an option here. I don't think I need the veteran here. Another javeliner. I'm not gonna play two of them. I have one of already, so let's take the uncommon and then this thing. So I think I need one more card for my deck. I just have to decide on that, and that is it then. Yeah, there's 39 here. Do I care about check for traps? Do I want to have one baleful beholder my mana curve? I wonder which is the correct choice. Maybe I'll take the check for traps. I don't usually play it, but now I will play it now. Yep. So this is 7 red cards, 15 black, and number of creatures 14, 9 spells. Don't think there's anything that bad in here. Yeah, this is fine. And I will play 9 swamps and 8 mountains. I might as well use the suggested lands here. So let's go. The matchmaking might take some time here late in the season, so just use the chapter selection in the search bar. You can go straight to the match number 1 and do the same for the other matches too. This is a best of 3 event, so it will be 3 matches, win or lose. So it won't spoil anything that you know already that it will be 3 matches. Okay, mountain. Yeah, it's unkeepable. It's not great, but I will keep this. Yeah, I actually have a lot of 2-drops. These hands were bad, but at least I got a 3-drop here. White and red. Okay. I assume they have a 2-drop of some kind. That's usually an aggressive color pair. I guess they could have just an equipment. Okay, that was only a 1 power 2-drop. I'll play the swamp. I don't want to hold priority for the dueling rapier and give them information about it. Okay, Barbarian class. So are there some kind of die rolling deck? White doesn't really have a lot of die rolling cards. Interesting. Well, they will have hasty creatures too. Oh, I now I had to get the 2-drop. Well, anyway, this is it. I will play the 3-drop now. Then I will have the white. Now I have mana up for the dueling rapier, of course, but I don't think I'm gonna use the treasure for that. Whenever you roll 1 or more dice, +2/+0 and menace. And then creatures having haste. It can be pretty dangerous if opponents' creatures have haste, but I'm at least having 19 lands currently. Sorry, not lands. What did I say? 19 life currently. So I'm not going to be like dead right away. But it is pretty nasty when I'm at let's say 7 or lower life total. If opponents, all creatures have haste, it's going to present some troubles. I mean, I will have to leave blockers, whereas otherwise I would not do that. Okay, so they are thinking about their plays. Their creatures don't have haste yet. It will cost 3 more mana to activate the level 3. So they didn't activate the level 3 and they didn't do anything else either. So they must have a spell there available. Okay, well, I'll just play the couple of 2-drops here. I could also leave mana up for Grim Wanderer, but they are not going to use any removal here because I have the Skullport Merchant up. I'll just play both of these guys. And kind of, I mean, I wonder what they have for turn 4 here, because something instant, there has to be some instant, right? Okay, they just do that. But they could have done it on their own turn, I don't know. Well, okay, check for trap, so they can play that and get rid of the deck of many things, I think. It's gonna cost them 2 mana though. They will know about the dueling rapier. Now, I would maybe otherwise attack with this and, you know, block this thing. I mean, kill this thing if it blocks, but they have mana up for the use here. So sorry, you hear something on watch. So I don't want to get lose this Skullport Merchant for that. Yep, you can take whatever. I could have played this, but if they choose to exile that, I don't care. The deck of many things is the thing that's gonna win me the game, unless they have artifact removal. I guess they can kill the Dueling Rapier, this one too, but well, I will see now what is going to happen. So that was the deck of many things, and they don't have other play. They still could have, of course, the card I talked about. You hear something on watch. Anyway, I'm gonna just attack here. This will have death touch anyway, so. And I of course want them to block here so that I can play the Grim Wanderer. But the Horde Robber wasn't that bad. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna play this. Okay, let's play the Horde Robber too. I would like to keep mana up for the Skullport Merchant, but it seems like they don't have removal there. I mean, they haven't really done anything. I mean, you find some prisoners. They used one turn to play this and another turn to play the where it is, check for traps. I mean, they haven't really done anything to affect the board. And look at this. I have all these 4 cards in here. They have 5 cards in their hand. At least at this point, I don't have to be concerned of the haste at all. They opponent, and now they have a wish, which is, I mean, they have only 1 mana left. I guess they can play a land because they might have in some update it might have been so that you can play a land with this thing. Yeah, they had a land there. Okay, so that was their wow. That was their turn, whatever turn number that was. I'll draw 1 card here. I don't think I have any trouble here winning anymore. Yep. Alright, so opponent didn't play cards that affect the board state. So out of the cards they played 4 cards in here. Well, they played also a 5th card, but even this didn't affect the board state. The Barbarian class and activating the level 2 did nothing. Wish is a very expensive 3 mana card, and in that case they only got a land out of it, and you find some prisoners, doesn't affect the board. So this was fairly easy to win because opponent didn't really do anything to deal with my board of creatures here. Now, do I care about some of these cards like a Baleful Beholder to get rid of the hasty enchantment? Because I could do something like not play the Herald of Hadar and play the Baleful Beholder. Now they are also playing white, they could have a Minimus Containment. So maybe I do that. Herald of Hadar goes away, 1 Baleful Beholder goes in. And I don't think I need to do any other changes here, so I'll submit this deck. Again, I get the mulligan, but it didn't bother me in the last match. Okay, keep this, and Feign Death would be nice to have, but I'd rather have the creatures. Yeah, it didn't really bother me that I mulliganed in the previous game because opponent didn't actually apply any kind of pressure. And I even got the Sampling Ghast here. Now, of course, I do need to have a land number 3 here. But if I do that, then I can even play the 4 mana cards because of the treasure that the Skullport Merchants give. Okay, so again, hey, that was, oh man, what, 3 swamps? I wanted to draw 2 of them and I wouldn't have minded to draw all of them. And now if I'm gonna get a non-land, I'm gonna be a bit angry. Oh man. So I have now I have 12 lands left in the deck. Well, it's still 12 and 17, so there's a fairly good chance to draw still a land, but man, that was annoying. It was annoying if I don't draw a land now. Yep. Way to go, opponent. Let's see what's their play now, because they didn't cast any spell there. So that's a... okay. Alright then, well, I suppose I can play the Skullport Merchant now. But it's not great. Well, at least now I know about this card. So I can play around it in game 3 if that's where it goes. Okay, Dungeoneer gonna venture somewhere. Well, I have a 1/4 blocker on the Dungeoneer here. I just need to draw a land here. I need to draw a land to keep playing. Okay, good. Good one, so I'm not going to burn the treasure now, I'll just do this. So they went to Tomb of Annihilation. Going to get the Death Toucher at some point. The Feign Death here, which is sadly on the bottom of the deck, would be pretty good with a Salto here. Now they still have 5 cards. But let's see what they have. Now if they attack, I'm going to block with a Merchant. Because I can use... if they have something, I can burn these treasures for 2 mana and then sacrifice the Merchant. That would be about to die, but it doesn't seem like they have a attack because they went for the Priest of Ancient Law here. Oh man, 6-drop. I don't really want to use my treasures, but I have to do something. And I don't think the Grim Bounty is what I want to do, so I'll burn 1 treasure. I could have, of course, I could have sacrificed the treasure to draw a card, ideally a land, but I think I wanted to have this. If this dies, I can at least venture into a Scry dungeon and try to hit my land drops that way. Yeah, this swamp is mine, so this doesn't mean that they have a 3-color deck necessarily. Okay, that is fine. Just a 1/3. Okay, so they can get an enchantment, but I have a Baleful Beholder. Let's see if that's gonna be the Barbarian class or something more impressive. It is the Barbarian class. Okay, land is good. So I'm going to offer a trade here. And I will scry. I'm assuming they're gonna block with the Moonblessed Cleric. It's not really useful against the Skullport Merchants. And then I have a question if I want to burn one of my treasures for the Salto here, or just play the Grim Bounty, or do nothing. Let's first at least see what is on the top of my deck, or maybe I will scry it away. Well, land is a keep. So I think with the land I can play the Salto here. Yep. Although it's pretty annoying that I could make these treasures into actual cards. Okay, I can play the Salto next turn with the 5th land and I will be drawing a card with this thing. Actually that is, yeah, that makes more sense. It does. And there's no kind of a rush to deal with the Barbarian class. So I don't need to have the Baleful Beholder like anytime soon here. But I don't really want to use the Grim Bounty on the Veteran Dungeoneer because it's not really a card I'm worried about. We now have the 4 toughness lab blockers in here. There's the land, and then I get to... So I did, even though I got these swamps exiled and one of them was gotten played by the opponent, I still got my land drops, and even the 6th land is in here. So I was this was a good thing, and now at this point I'm actually happy the opponent has exiled these lands and played one themselves, because now my remaining deck has fewer lands now. Anyway, this is gonna be the play here. I won't have mana up for the activation of the Skullport Merchant, but it's not really such a big deal. I mean, they can kill this with the removal spell, but the merchants are gonna be good cards, giving me cards later in the game too. And if they don't have removal, I can just trade with the Dungeoneer, or maybe they double block it. But it's fine. I get to deal with their creatures, and I have 6/5 coming up anyway. And I get another point of venturing here. I'm getting a Goblin Lair. Although, yeah, I'm taking the Goblin Lair, because both the treasure token and the 1/1, okay, they have a removal for it, but I get to still go to Goblin Lair. I take 2 here, which I can. Well, I can at least. Actually, I take 3, but yeah, I can. Both of these can be sacrificed for a card, so I'd rather have the creature and have the storeroom available if I have another venture effect. Oh, still a land. Okay. Well, there's no attack here. I'll just play this and make the sack the Barbarian Class, so I don't have to worry about it later. Okay, my 6/5 here requires Dungeoneer and the Priest of Ancient Lore, and if they are gonna make that kind of a double block, I'm fine with that. Okay, Holding Ogre. Oh, deck of many things. Well, that is good. So I think now what I'm doing here is, in fact, I kill the Holding Ogre. I don't want them to get any treasure tokens. They might have some use for them. I don't want to play the deck of many things yet. I'll just do the Grim Bounty here, and most likely they will be blocking. They have some 2-mana spell here, by the way. Wonder what that is. It can be a Yuhe, something on watch, but I can sacrifice this in response to it to draw a card. And the deck of many things will be winning any kind of a late game here. They even used the one artifact removal card I know about. Divine Smite. Okay, well, that can still be sacrificed for a card. And there's no point playing the Hodra, but it doesn't actually do anything. I'd rather use the treasure to draw a card with the Skullport Merchant. Red Dragon. Okay, well, that's a problem. That's definitely one way the opponent can. I thought I had the ground here kind of blocked very nicely, and then I have the deck of many things to win the late game, but actually now I am in trouble here. So I'm going to have I guess a white and the deck of many things. Yeah, the dragon wins in 3 turns. I need to get the Grim Bounty. I will have to be pretty lucky to get it though. Yeah, and even if it dealt 4 here. So it kind of made the clock a bit faster. Okay, so let's do like this, and then do this. Oh, that is insane. I got 20 here. So put a creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. When that creature dies, its owner loses the game. So I definitely take their creature, and it's going to be the Holding Ogre. Because I can get treasures with it. So if this dies, I win the game. Oh, you know what? This works. Oh man. I thought I have to find some removal for it. Well, that was a way to win the game. Oh, what a roll of 20 here. What a roll of 20 there. I didn't even realize I can sacrifice it right away, but I'm happy I did realize it right away when the ability resolved. Okay, that wasn't very nice for the opponent. They had very good chance to win in a couple of attacks with the red dragon here. But, well, that was a win by die roll. 5% chance. Okay, this is a bit awkward indeed. If I had 2 mountains instead of 2 swamps, that would allow me to cast a magic missile, and this would be an easy keep, I think, in that case. But I can't cast a Grim Wanderer, I can't cast a Feign Death. This does nothing without the sacrifice outlet. So I think this is a third game in the event and a third mulligan to 6. Yeah, it just has to be. Yeah, well, this is not a whole lot of better, but I'm gonna keep it. Feign Death goes away, obviously. How come it's so tough to get starting hands? My deck has a reasonable mana curve, with plenty of 2 drops on that, but at least I got another black for the Grim Bounty. But I'm not happy about these starting hands. Okay, Flumph. There's a magic miss. So whenever this is dealt damage, I can both of us draw a card. Fine. If I want to do that, if they have like a 2 toughness creature here, I can make Busbo to draw a card with a magic missile, killing the 2 toughness creature and putting 1 damage to this thing. But they have that thing. Well, I'm not gonna use magic missile on that, and I'm not gonna use the Grim Bounty on that either. I guess I have my red dragon coming up at some point. Alright, so that is a little bit of a bigger problem here. And I have still nothing. Am I going to have to kill the cleric now? Nope. Nope. No point using a Grim Bounty on a 1-3 here. But yeah, this start from me was just incredibly bad. It really was bad. Well, there's the red dragon. Let's see if the opponent can deal with it. Okay, they can. No, that's not a thing I need to be concerned about. Now, let's see. They can equip it. It becomes a 4/5 in that case. They can have a Ray of Frost. Well, I have a Deadly Dispute for that at least, but I'm still losing to Dawnbringer Cleric here. And well, I'm not losing to Dawnbringer Cleric. I'm losing to Dancing Sword. Yeah, I mean, look at. I've had my first thing on turn 6, so that's not really a way to win the games. It's actually a surprise I'm still alive here. Although if they had something worth removing, I would have had 2 removal spells. They just had nothing worth removing. Okay, so first I will draw the cards. That just has to happen. Okay, Ray of Enfeeblement. Is good, but how do I do it? I think the Grim Bounty. Let's see, play the land. Could play the Horde Robber and then use the Ray of Enfeeblement. It's so tough decision here now. I kind of want them to make a flyer with this thing so that my magic missile does its thing, but fine, I don't know. Let's take the Horde Robber and have the. But do I want to use it now that they are tapped out? Maybe, yeah. Okay, let's kill it. Alright, I'm still taking here some damage, maybe even 4. Do I have any artifact removal? I don't think I do. I don't think they want to make another copy of this guy. by sacrificing the talisman. No, they don't. Okay, and that's still just a land. So let's see if they're gonna allow me to have a treasure or both of us draw a card. Both of us draw a card. Okay, that herald isn't bad. This is... Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill this now. And I'm hoping they will make the equipment into a flyer. Then I can use the magic missile to deal with it. They didn't. So then I play this thing here. Hopefully they don't have a bar the gate in there. They did not. Or the other counterspell would work too, because they have a double blue. Sign of Stygia. Okay, so I'm gonna take 5 here. I'm gonna go to 2. Well, that's annoying. That's annoying. Well, I'm going to go to... no, 2 still, because they can only equip one of these guys. But they have 2 flyers. Yep. Well, my slow start really was a problem now. I can kill the Scion, but I can't kill the Pegasus. Maybe I'll first attack with this thing, or... Don't really think... I kinda hope they block with the Pegasus so that I can use the magic missile here, although I'm still losing to the flyer here. Okay... Now I do have... With 6 mana I can... But I need a blocker for this thing, so what I need to do is this, actually. I will go to 1 now, and I need to draw something pretty good here. Dueling Rapier is not good. Oh, that would have been so amazing with this Horde Robber. If I was able to deal... Well, it still wouldn't have been enough. But anyway, I can kill it, but I'm losing thing. I can use this. I can go to 3 life, but it's not going to be enough. So let's hope that I can keep 1 starting hand. 1 starting hand with 7 cards. Now, what do I care about in here? I did not see enchantments. I saw artifacts. Oh, I did see a Ray of Frost. Well, that means I'm going to not play the Herald of Hadar. I'm going to play a Baleful Beholder instead. And is there something bad in here? I think it's fine here. Do I want to have this against the 5-drop? I mean, not the 5-drop, but in general the flyers or something like that. Probably not. Let's have a good starting hand that allows me to play creatures before turn 6. So in that hand, game, I had the magic missile in my hand for the whole game, and I never got a spot to use it because they had the equipment that made their creatures survive the magic missile. So I would have been better off killing the 1/3 if I knew how the game is gonna turn out when I had the chance. Alright, so now let's see a good starting hand. And no, look at this. If I had a swamp here, actually this would be a nice starting hand. This could maybe get me a treasure token. But I can't keep this. This is game number 4 in the event, and my 4th mulligan to 6. At least now I have a decent hand here. And opponent mulligans too. But I'm not gonna keep the Zalto or the check for traps, because one of them will be going away. I think the Zalto is going away. Let's see if the opponent keeps 6 or goes to 5. They went to 5. Okay, good. Now I should... and I even have an exile effect, so this is going to cripple their start quite a bit actually. Unless they keep a lot of lands and then they only reveal lands for this thing. Either way, I'm gonna play the cast into white, and then turn 3 might involve me casting their check for traps. they have a 2-drop? No, they had nothing yet. They could have you hear something and watch. So I'm gonna pre-combat this thing. I don't want to lose my white when I have no other creatures to follow up with. Okay, do they want to play something now? I don't think there's really a card they want to play right now. Maybe the -2/-0 that draws a card. That's one thing. Yeah, Soaking Grasp. That is something they can do. And then there's a Blue Dragon Sign and a Veteran Dungeon. Yeah. I mean, the Dungeoneer is the one I make them lose here. Because they can tap something with the, next turn with the Sign, but it's not really a good blocker against these guys when they get to untap. And they still need a bunch of stuff too. Okay, so are they gonna trade with the white? I get a 2/2 here now. Interesting. They are. So how about the... Now, this is interesting because I think I'm gonna play the Hexblade and hope they have no other blocker. But imagine if they have like another Veteran Dungeoneer. My attacks are going to be... Well, I can't attack in that case. Okay, that is fine. That is fine too, I think. Land was not fine here, but I can't attack with the cast because they can just eat the cast for free. I don't want to make it into a treasure right now. Because they can trade with the 12-volt champion into my 2/2s here, and yeah, but I guess I want to get rid of the 12-volt champion now that they don't have equipment yet. Okay, they'd rather leave the creature and not the token here. Okay. Now, they want 3... Okay, they have a Dancing Sod again. The good news is they have still a long way till this thing, but now I can't attack anymore. Unless they start raising. Okay, that can attack. This is good. That is a good one, because it will have Death Touch. They mulligan to 5. Well, then again, I mulligan to 6, so they have only one card. One card less than I. And I'm actually flooding out here a bit. I have 7 lands and 5 spells. Not really ideal here. Yeah, they can just play some spells and... Okay, and I still just draw lands. Okay. I mean, they didn't draw a land because they would have played it because of the dragon in their hand. So they have a spell in their hand. And I just have nothing in here. Okay. And they have an Occult Elemental. I'm glad they chose to kill the token with the one creature they had. And not because they could have bounced the token now. But anyway, I could double block, but if they are smart, they will assign only 3 damage to the Hexblade, and then this won't die and this will survive. So I assume they know what they're doing. Deadly Dispute. So what does that mean? Well, I guess it means that I have no attacks now, but I will be able to at least deal with the Cleric now. But if they have a land Blue Dragon and I don't draw my Deadly Dispute, that's going to be the game. And they can also make the Occult Elemental into a 4-power flyer, which they chose not to do. Okay, so now what I can do is this thing, and now I can kill it with the Deadly Dispute anyway, even if they assign 3 damage to the Hexblade now. They didn't do that. Okay, so I will in that case give -1/-1 on this guy. They had lands. They could have pre-combat this thing. Why didn't they do that? I don't know. Anyway, I will need to draw cards here. So I will just sacrifice the rogue here, and I need the Deadly Dispute, and then I need a very, very impressive set of draws, because they have still a 4-power flyer in here. And yep, that's actually one card that can win, but I'm losing in 2 turns, so I need to draw my Skullport Merchant, one of them, on the next turn. And they need to draw yet another land here. I have drawn 10 lands and 7 spells, so it's also not very good. But now, Skullport Merchant, my only chance. Nope. Didn't get there. They can make me lose life now. Okay, well, I mean, they mulliganed to 5, I mulliganed to 6, and I drew 10 lands, they drew 7 lands. And that was 4 games, 4 mulligans. Let's hope that that trend won't continue for the last match, because look at this deck. Look at the creature curve here. How many 6-drop, 2-drop creatures I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not basically. So 5 2-drop creatures, and then there's a check for traps that's playable turn 2. Then there's a sampling cast playable turn 1. Rev Enfeeblement can maybe kill opponents early play. I don't have a lot of expensive cards, so I don't know how the hands have been so weird. I should be having a good... I mean, this deck seems like a consistent one. So, well, I can hope that maybe the consistency will show up now. And that was another example of Price of Loyalty being quite bad if you don't have the synergy. I have 3 cards that can combine with it, but now I drew it and it was complete blank. So that's why I don't like it that much, even though it's incredibly strong when you get to synergize with it. Okay, wow, I can have a 7. This is the 5th game in the event, and the first time I don't have the mulligan. And this is a nice hand now. Dungeon Crawler is though a good blocker on the Hobgoblin Captain, but I don't have to attack into it. I can wait until I get to trigger the pack tactics there. So this can make a treasure, and then I can draw a card from the Feign Death. No, from the Hexblade. Of course I could draw a card by using 2 mana, but it's cheaper to have the Hexblade here. Don't they have a 2? Oh, they what's this? What does this mean? Wait a minute. What can they have here? They won't have mana for Manticore. But there's no way to give this guy Death Touch at instant speed. I have the Feign Death, so I think this is pretty safe, right? Because I have mana for it. I wanna see what happens. They can have a Precipitous drop here. I mean, if that's the case... Wow, that's great. That is great here. I still get to venture, but I have a 2/5 now, and it comes back with another treasure. They lost a card here. That was a 2 for 1. And now they lost also the 2-1 that was going to be blocked the Hobgoblin Captain there. I could play Zalda right now, but I think I'll just do the Hexblade thing instead. And next turn I will have 5th lands to play the Zalda without using treasures. Warlock class, well, that's really not doing anything. Displays a beast can trade with Hexblade, because this Hobgoblin Captain will have first strike. Now they can make a 1/1 token unless they choose to take a treasure token. So So does that change anything? They have 4 power here. I don't think it actually changes anything. It does not. So let's just attack here. And I'm assuming they don't take here 7. Maybe they trade with the Hexblade, which is completely fine here. And then I have the Salto here, which is a 7 power Trampler. Now I have to tap out here, of course. I don't have the Skullport Merchant's ability up right now, but I'm not gonna wait until I get to 7 lands. Mind Flare. Okay. Oh man. Alright. So now I'm going to draw into one of my removal spells. One of my removal spells. That's one card that made... I mean, I was winning... If they just had removal for Zalto, like a Grim Bounty or something, that's like fine, that's fair. But they got this 7-3 for themselves. And also the 3-3, of course, yeah. But they have to protect this, so this can't really participate in combat right now. But I need to just... I mean, I need to get a kill spell for the Mind Flare. If they choose to attack... I don't think they choose to attack because they are not winning the race here. Unless they have something good for 3 mana here, I suppose. But because they are not going to block with the Mind Flare here. So I assume them not going to attack with this thing. And if I draw... I mean, I guess I'll just have to sacrifice my creatures until I draw. Okay, they attack with that thing. Well, I'm definitely not trading. I want it back by killing the Flare here. Soul Map Spire, right. Okay, good. We are back to the game. Actually, I should have attacked first, but I don't even care that much. I don't care about it that much. Let's see. I don't want them to draw cards for free, so I'm gonna actually leave the Sellsword to block, just in case they have an answer for the Skullport Merchant here, so I can still block the Soul Knife Spire with the Sellsword. But yeah, now back to the game. I took a hit of 7, but I think I can live with that. Now this is going to be dangerous when they go to level 3, but currently the Zaldo is something they need to answer, and this time I have mana up to sacrifice it if they have some removal. And if I don't have to use this merchant here now, I'm gonna just sacrifice the treasure end of turn. Okay, they're gonna bounce something. The Zalto, I'm assuming. Could be the merchant too. But no, I don't think that merchant makes a lot of sense to bounce. It has to be the Zalto, right? I'm not sacrificing it, I'm gonna recast it. Okay. Now there's no point attacking when they have a 2-5 here. Now they can attack for 2 here and then activate this level 3. I will take here 4 damage total. But it's gonna take the entire turn, so I don't think that... Oh, wow. They have time to play the 6 drops because they had the freaking Mind Flayer there. It bought them a lot of time. This is pretty annoying. I'm now suddenly losing here because they can attack for 4 and then they can make me lose 4 life. And wow, double A cut elemental. This was a weird game. I mean, you don't usually have time to cast these 6 drops like that. Okay, what's this? So now I go to 2 if they choose to activate the Warlock class, and then I'm winning here actually if I... Wait a second. What? I'm not losing here, right? Oh, I am. I forgot. Of course. Of course I'm, because a creature died. Yeah, obviously. I forgot the passive ability from level 1. Okay, anyway, I'm going to have another removal spell because of the Mind Flayer, which is going to be the Spiked Beat Trap. I don't think I'm going to Devour Intellect, though. That would be... I mean, I guess I could. But is it really worth it? First of all, I need to cut something does the ray of enfeeblement have a... Not really. I can cut it. And then the check for traps will be needed for their stuff there. I haven't, by the way, had the price of loyalty into a sacrifice outlet even once. That's the thing that I don't like about it. It's so good when you draw these things together, and such a, not so good when you don't. Now sometimes you can just raise the opponent and use this in a fair way just to steal their blocker and attack for lethal. That's also possible, but maybe this deck is not that aggressive, so it's not really much of a thing here, maybe. So I'm thinking about the Devour Intellect, because this is one way to get rid of the Mind Flayer before it's a problem. But I guess I lack a bit of treasure generating. Now you can just, of course, make them discard a card. They have a couple of 6-drops at least, so maybe them discarding a land won't be that bad. But they will be on the draw. Maybe I will just not because they'll get an extra card. So them just choosing to discard some card is not great for me. Okay, so Mind Flayer really messed up everything, and we are back to mulliganing. We are back to mulliganing to 6. Okay. I mean, this is double black. Even if I draw one swamp, I can't cast a lot of stuff. I have a 2-drop. I have to go to 6 here. Okay. So, what an event. Number of games 6, number of mulligans. This will be my 6th mulligan now because I'm gonna go to 5. So if I drew like a swamp and a 3rd land of any kind, that would be okay. Now I have the Skullport Merchant and the Price of Loyalty here. But I have the Herald of Hadara. I have to mulligan to 5 here. And this goes away, and I guess the Spiked Pit Trap is pretty expensive here. I'll need to find another mountain here. But yeah, this is just a pretty annoying event. I mean, the game 1 was just them having the rare and winning because of that. And now I'm mulliganing to 5 here. At least I have something I can play here. But I mean, if they have, I guess if they have a Soul Knife, well, they didn't have a Soul Knife Spy, they had that thing. Okay, so I can just offer a trade here. I have to leave the Magic Missile for the Mind Flayer here. Unless I get a very good deal for it. If they have like a 1 toughness creature, I can kill. If I can get a 2-for-1 here, yeah, that's a different thing. Okay, so I assume they have another. Is that gonna be a Soul Knife Spy, or maybe the 2-5? It's the 2-5. So this is actually good. They might not block, but if they do, I mean, I hope they don't have a Mind Flayer here. Oh, they take 4 here, do they? Darn. But if they block, I get a 2-for-1. And then if they have Mind Flayer, then I'm like, fine, I can lose 2 games to that card. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what it's gonna be. Mind Flayer or not. I guess I have still a Grim Bounty here, but I did mulligan and this Spiked Pit Trap is on the bottom of the deck. So I need to find a Grim Bounty if they have a Mind Flayer. Okay, they had just a Grim Bounty, but they still have 4 cards. They have something up here. Wonder what that is. Let's see if this thing can be killed or stolen. Please don't steal it. Okay, there it is. So, Grim Bounty now, please. Yep. That was the that was the event. A pretty frustrating set of matches, but sometimes that's how it goes. So I think I didn't really. I mean, the main idea is that did I make mistakes in draft or in the games? I don't think I made anything too big of a mistake. It was at least fun to win one game with the die roll of 20 and having the Skullport Merchant here. But I think the other two matches I could have won, but not this time. I think I will be playing maybe like a premier draft of Forgotten Realms next, and then I will have another one of these Tinkerer's Cubes, the traditional version. The cube will be active until the next set releases, so I guess I'll have like a total of 3 or 4 of those cube drafts, but I will still have daily drafts unless I am busy and I don't have time to draft, but I try to have a daily draft, so it will be a combination of Forgotten Realms, traditional and premier drafts, and those Tinkerer's Cubes then. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and bye bye.